Hello, it's British Legion, and I've been tagged apparently by Sean O's World of Miniatures, or yeah, lovely bloke. I didn't know he was a boxer, but no, I can't box. But yeah, top bloke, does lovely videos. Thank you very much for nominating me. Right, we got to talk about 3 hobbies that we do other than wargaming and painting, collecting, stroke miniatures. Fair. Right, first hobby that I'm into, that I have been since I was a kid, is badminton. The only thing that keeps me slightly fit. Yeah, to stay in trim. I love playing badminton, playing with shuttlecocks. Love playing with shuttlecocks. So yeah, I play on a Monday night, and I used to play a Monday night at an all-girls school in Cobham, the Cobham Hall. I was really privileged to play there before they kicked us out, but now we play at our local sports centre. So I play on a Monday night and a Thursday night for 2 hours a night, or 2 hours Monday, 2 hours Thursday. So it's quite a lot of badminton, which I enjoy a lot. So yeah, it's a dying thing though. I think a lot of kids are not sort of going into sort of things like that. I don't know. I'm trying to encourage my boys. Alex plays a bit, but Matthew don't really want to play much. Anyway, that's that first hobby, which I love. And second hobby would be, I don't do much of it, but I love it. I'm a bit of an armchair fisherman. As a couple of you know, Steve knows that I sit there and eat my lunch and watch fishing videos. I've been fishing 3 or 4 times, but probably not many times as I've got fingers and thumbs. But the times I've been, I've absolutely loved it. I've got a mate called Jim, and he takes me fishing. He's taken me and Alex fishing, and just love it. Catching carp, pike, perch, you know, fish. Yeah, love it. Just that anticipation of a bite. So yeah, fishing would be my second, and the third that I enjoy, that should class it as a hobby, sort of, is I'm a member of the National Trust, and I just love going around to historical houses and castles and forts and woodlands, and visiting and absorbing the history with my family. It's good fun. Once you pay that one-off fee, you get your money back after about 3 visits to different places, and they're lovely places. The last one we went to was this last weekend. I got a bit burnt. We did the White Cliffs experience, and that was fantastic. We walked a hell of a long way, but just midway was the deep shelter bunker at Fan Bay. I think it was called the Fan Bay bunker, that they uncut. They've restored to its original condition, because it was filled with there was some sort of government operation after the war to fill up all these bunkers with chalk. But this one's been preserved by the chalk, so they've dug it all out. And yeah, we had a guided tour. Fantastic. And it takes you down. Basically, it was for the gunning placements for the gunners to take shelter from the German shelling from the Channel, because the German guns could hit the UK, Dover, whereas our guns, there was only one set of battery guns that could hit France. The others, there were 2 more batteries, but they fell sort of short in the Channel and midway in the Channel, because it was full of German ships, early war. So yeah, it was really good, and it was haunted as well, because we came back up and I said to the guy, he was missing his manuscripts. The second time he's done the tour himself, even though he played down there as a kid. We went down these steps. There must have been 150 steps. We went down into the chalk face, and he said, "Where's my document? I left it here on the last tour and it's gone." And we found it further round. It was just laying on the floor. And when we went back up, he spoke to his mate. It was a bit of a... And he said, "Did you move my document? I wanted to read it off to the crowd of people here." He said, "No, I haven't touched it." So someone moved it. So, and when they were talking about it, he said, "Well, there was one story of a haunted thing." She said that we was all walking around as a tour, and when we came back up, you get counted back up, because if there's one missing, they've got to go down there and find you. And they said 10, and the woman that was out last said, "No, it was 11. There was the woman next to me." And she said, "Where's she gone?" And they said, "No, there was only 10 of you. There wasn't 11. She said, "No, there was 11, because she was next to me." And her name was Evelyn. And would you believe it? Evelyn was killed in the war. She was running from the NAFA. She was running from afar from the back of the fields, trying to get to the deep shelter, and she was hit by a shell and killed in 1940. 1944, and that was just after the D-Day landings, but the Germans still had the ammunition to fire at the UK, so they just carried on firing, even though they'd lost it all. Anyway, I waffled there, didn't I? Nominations. So yeah, that was my third hobby. I loved visiting National Trust places. My 3 nominations are to tag these people. My first nomination is to my dear friend Mr. Super Chippy 74, because I'd love to know what he gets up to that I don't know about. My good friend in Australia, Beckers, I'd like to know what his hobbies are other than wargaming. I can imagine. And last but not least, Mr. Brush and Quill. They're my 3 nominees. I don't think they've been nominated as far as I know, but anyway, they're my 3 nominees. All right, thanks for watching and good night.